Good morning, Irina. Welcome to World Unity Week. It's 21st of June in most parts of the world, and that's a lot of things. One thing it is the UN International Day of Yoga, and we've got a beautiful program lined up for today, which is really all your co-creation with the other beautiful co-creators of this program, Irina. So happy World Unity Week to you, and looking forward to today.
Thank you, Ben. Happy World Unity Week to you as well. Warm welcome, everyone. Welcome to World Unity Week, and it's my absolute pleasure to host first featured event in Room 1. So, welcome once again to this incredibly sacred space. As Ben mentioned, today we gather from all corners of our beautiful planet to celebrate the International Day of Yoga. When we hear the word yoga, our minds often jump to the physical postures we see on a mat. But as many of you have known, the true definition of yoga is union. It's the conscious weaving together of our mind, body, and spirit. It's the practice of coming home to ourselves in a world that constantly demands our attention outward, filling our days with noise, competing narratives, and endless information. Yoga offers us a gentle, revolutionary alternative. It invites us to stop seeking answers externally and to lean back into the quiet, unchanging wisdom that has lived inside of us all along. The beautiful secret of this practice, when we find union within ourselves, we organically create unity with one another. And when we sit in the stillness of our own heart, we begin to see that the barriers we build between cultures, traditions, and nations are entirely illusionary. The peace we cultivate on an individual level ripples outward. It bridges divides. It softens our interactions. It transforms how we show up in our families, our neighborhoods, and in our global communities. True community isn't built on matching opinions, it's built on a shared resonance of heart. Yoga reminds us that we are not separate waves competing in an ocean. We are the ocean itself moving together. And it's so perfectly fitting that we honor this truth during World Unity Week, a collective tapestry of souls dreaming a more harmonious world into being. And this particular session, You Inside of You is Most Beautiful, is a call to experience that exact internal landscape, a journey into silence, space, and freedom within us. To help carry this energy today, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce our guests. So our first guest is Sandra Simon of Light on Light Press. Sandra and the team at Light on Light do extraordinary work in elevating voices of peace and deep spiritual insight across the globe. Through the power of the written and spoken word, Sandra and the team have dedicated their time to illuminating the sacred in the everyday, helping us all read between the lines of life to find the deeper meaning. So let's hear from Sandra.
Thank you, Irina, and Unity Earth for including us in this special program. In the true spirit of yoga, we at Light on Light unite with you for this exciting celebration of World Unity Week and the International Day of Yoga. Light on Light is dedicated to the messages of interfaith and interspirituality, the interrelationship of all the world's wisdom and spiritual practice traditions. in 2026, on the 25th anniversary of the naming of the interspiritual paradigm, Light on Light produced the 2 volumes, Interspirituality, the Heritage, and Interspirituality, the Future, a comprehensive thematic and chronological history of the paradigm, with an opening by His Holiness the Dalai Lama and contributions from 120 global spiritual leaders. Light on Light's spiritual and global change publications have won 10 Nautilus Awards and Nautilus's Best in Small Press Award in 2024. These have included books like The Great Upshift, The Hollow Movement, Science, Being and Becoming, The Way of Unity, Global Unitive Healing, and many others. Light on Light began partnering with the International Day of Yoga Committee at the United Nations, the Unity, in 2018 for both publications and public programs. It has since produced 5 annual free special e-magazine issues on yoga practice and transformative initiatives on yoga communities around the world with the Unity. These issues are free online at https://issuu.com/light-on-light. Karuna, founder of lightonkundalini.com, and one of the founders of Light on Light Publications and Media, alongside Dr. Kurt Johnson and Dr. Robert Atkinson, who were also hosting programs for World Unity Week this year, is featured on the cover of several issues. Karuna and I also have had the blessing of co-hosting in-person and online Yoga Day events with the Unity and other global yoga leaders. Light on Light's Dharma books have included Karuna's Light on Kundalini, Your Lifestyle Guide to Yoga and Awakening, and its companion manual, the Light on Kundalini Yoga Manual. Rajashri Ma's May the Love Force Be With You, Kali Ki Reiki, Healing Through Divine Mother and Yogic Wisdom, and Dr. Ken Lackritz's Remembering Self, Seasons of the Soul Rediscovered Through Mystical Experience and Depth Psychology. As part of my Dharma, I joined Light on Light Press as managing editor of the Dharma book segment as a Dharma heir myself of Swami Shraddhananda, founder of Sacred Feet Yoga and the Sacred Feet Publishing imprint, who during her lifetime also served as a regular columnist for Light on Light magazine. It has been a joyful seva of collaboration with others of various lineages on their paths to unity with self or soul and others. Today, as we participate together in Karuna's special yoga session with 3HO International, I hold that joy of joining together and hold that oneness in my heart. And I look for it in the heart of each and every one of you. Through practice and presence, today and always, may we find ways to merge with one another in unity consciousness for the wholeness of our entire being as one. And that includes integration not only with fellow humans, but also with Mother Earth and all facets of creation. Many blessings and deepest gratitude from all of us here at Light on Light. Back to you, Arena.
Thank you, Sandra. That was beautifully said. And we now travel to the high desert landscapes of New Mexico to a place called Ramdaspuri to connect with beautiful Karuna. Karuna and many others have gathered there for a 9-day retreat to celebrate the International Day of Yoga. A little bit about Karuna. She's a guide of awakening and a teacher of Kundalini Yoga, meditation and mantras as practical tools for lived transformation and everyday life. Her work is rooted in embodied practice, devotion to daily discipline, and a deep commitment to awakening through lived wisdom. She is the co-founder of Light and Light Publications and Media, where she serves as host editor for its e-magazines, including special issues produced in collaboration with the International Day of Yoga Committee at the United Nations. Karuna is anchoring our experiential journey today as a Kundalini yogini who lives and breathes this path of inner authority and self-trust. She's ready to lead us into heartfelt exploration of reflective storytelling through some interviews, some meditation, guiding us away from the noise and back into the innate brilliance of our own true nature. Let's go to New Mexico and Karuna.
You're all welcome to Hacienda de Guru Ramdas, Gold Hill. We've come to pray, we've come to chant, we've come to heal, and we've come to remember. The land holds this, the people hold this, the elders hold this, and most importantly, the children hold this. And now we extend this prayer to all nations everywhere, leaving no one behind. Everyone is welcome here on Peace Prayer Day, every day, with the Guru here, the Guru Granth Sahib to bow to in reverence and devotion. And now we pray for every home, every country, every community, every heart that is listening. And let this now, in silence again, be a moment of prayer, a moment of intention for you, please, as we light the sage and clear this space just for the moment. Aho, metako yase. This feather I hold is from City Chung's collection of hawk feathers, and it was you called this feather in today. He had to make many trips back and forth to get the right feather for you today. The feather will be cleansing you and blessing you throughout your walk. As we enter into that sacred space, you will be blessed and cleansed and cleared. And then your story is going to go into Mama, and Mother will take what she knows you don't need any longer and give you back what you do. Please. Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Gurudev Namo. Oh, Takashila, Wakantaka. Dear Great Spirit, may the blessings of this day in this most sacred way, as we face the east, please rise and face the east. We ask, dear Creator, as we felt your sunrise in our sadhana every morning, and we meet ourselves, may the mental body be healed. As we turn 1/4 to the right, to the south and the mental and the physical body. Oh, Tokashila, walk on Tanka, dear Great Spirit, thank you for the blessings of this day in this most sacred way. May our emotions and commotions calm down. And 1/4 of the way to the west, to the right, to the west. Oh, where Geronimo's great-great-grandson came and blew the eagle whistle. Oh, Tokashila Wakantanka, dear Great Spirit, thank you for the blessings of this day in this sacred way. May Takoyase keep our universal, cosmic, planetary bodies in good health so that we can walk the path towards the light called the Red Road. And 1/4 of the way to the north, dear ones, the north. Oh, Tokashala. Oh, I hold my heart. I hold my heart and I bow my head to you in reverence, in honoring the precious Mother Earth and the Father Sky and all the stars. And may I embrace that tiny, tiny, tiny little star in the sky and see my reflection there and know it is significant. Aho. And when we come back to see each other in the center of this puja, of this offering, may we hold our hearts and ask Tokashala, the Great Spirit, the Great Creator, Wakantanka, that you breathe us through. Today, this moment of choice is to show up. And as we honor this breath and this walk, we bow to that in which we will offer to the Mother Earth. Please, let us take one more moment and feel the blessings that have inspired us to come here. Please sit. So as we light this Palo Santo, as you know, we are on our way down to the peace prayer walk, my brothers and sisters. We come here in honor of the Siddhi Singh Sahib. We come here for how much he gave to us in every way, would never turn his back on anybody, no matter how he felt. So may we honor our teacher. May we honor the Shabad. May we honor the sound current. And may we be in oneness when we look in each other's eyes. As our dear sister always does, she reminds me, stillness and silence. Stillness and awareness. Offering. So, as we gather, not our stuff. We can leave our stuff, except your shoes, as Siddhi Chung guided you. But as we gather, my knees are like ready to walk this way with you, to speak this way with you. So let us pray for the light within us and become steady enough to serve. Each and every one will come forth. We're here to serve you. Sat Nam. Divine feminine, and a right hand over the left hand for the divine masculine. And may we activate the grandmother's words right now together as I've just received them this morning from Grandmother Flor de Mayo, who I was with last week, and her story is phenomenal. And it talks about a golden egg that you are, the child in you, this golden light. So can you close your eyes softly down and feel these words of the grandmother? Take a deep inhale. Take an extra long exhale and pull your navel to the spine and thank God and Guru. We have a navel. We have a core. We have a heart. And inhale once again and press your sacred heart and feel the beat. Feel the souls. Feel the sound current. Right? The sound current of your pulse. May peace begin within each heart. For when we find harmony within ourselves, we become a light for our families, communities, and the world. May we walk gently upon Mother Earth, remembering that every thought, word, and action plants the seeds that future generations will inherit. Future generations will inherit. May the beloved Creator guide us toward compassion.
Satnam, hello everyone. We are here in this thing we call creation. The reality is there is no reality to it. This is a movie, it's a play, it's a game that the one plays. And in the scriptures, it's called Leela, the play, and the illusion is called Maya. The reason the whole creation exists is because God is just one. There is only a oneness, and there's no other. There is no other. There can be no other. So God sitting in its aloneness, in its oneness, there's no one to talk to, there's no other, there's no anything. So within itself, within its mind, however we can conceive of it, it creates separation, what we call separation. Then
can experience love, the love of the other. It can experience hate. And people don't understand because you're designed not to understand. Don't get me wrong that you're not conscious, you're not something. You are exactly what you are supposed to be. You understand exactly what you're supposed to understand. And if you ever put yourself down, that's a self-abuse. So anything I say it's not like, I understand, you don't, or it's not like that. But you are here and you want to hear how it works. So the one separates itself into this creation. And so God is zero. There's nothing. There's no creation. There's no nothing. God is just zero. How do you create something out of zero? You take -1 and +1. You know, in math, you can take 0, split it into -1, +1. When you add -1 and +1 together, you go back to 0. And that's the entire creation. How it comes into being is that the nothingness splits itself to negative and positive. And the entire universe is balanced exactly of negative energy and positive energy. And negative doesn't mean bad. In this case, it means like an electric charge. So there's the electrons of the negative charge and the neutrons, protons, whatever, have a positive charge. And if you add up all the energy in the entire universe together, it adds up to 0. You have to not understand who you are, otherwise there's no reason for you to exist. The reason for existence is so that one creator, that being who has no one to hang out with, can experience. In our human mind, we put values on things. So, common thing, death is terrible, new birth is wonderful. And actually, they're equally wonderful, and they're equally part of life. There can be no death unless there's a birth. So everybody goes, oh, the worst thing is to die, and it's just not true. God cannot die. God wants to experience death, the release of death. God has no one to hang out with. God wants to experience love. God wants to experience hate. All the things that are created are within God. God is all the parts. So if somebody is hurting someone, God is doing the hurting, God is being hurt. So sometimes I say this to people, oh, then you're saying it's okay to hurt people. No, you're on the wrong level. It's not okay for you to hurt somebody. What I try to help people understand is when you're sitting and looking at life, at your life, at all life, that you don't spend your entire time upset, freaked out, judgmental, that this is wrong, that shouldn't be happening, that shouldn't be happening. You can have that attitude where you're just, I'm watching the play. The play is exactly what it's supposed to be. The play is beautiful and perfect. Then when it's time for you to act in your own behalf, in your own part in the play, you act. So if I see someone hurting somebody else, My duty is to go and stop the person who's hurting somebody. That's action. That's the realm of action. But even while I'm doing that, I can be in the consciousness. This is the play. This is my part of the play. This is what's supposed to be happening. I can defend that person from being harmed. I can even give my life to protect that person. And all the time, I'm in a state of utter, complete peace, that I am in the oneness. This is the beautiful play that it's supposed to be. So, this understanding has always been part of humanity, and it's always been, well, not always, it used to be much more widely spread that people understood this. But as the ages went through, and used to be what we called the Golden Age, and then Silver Age, and now it's called the Iron Age or the Dark Age. And spiritual consciousness is very rare. And so the yogis and the sages and the people who understood this put a system in place that people could come to this on their own. That you could go from just not understanding anything to understanding yourself completely, fully into infinity. And over the ages, it split up into various, what we call schools. So there are schools of yoga. But the entire process was basically, we need to put a system in place where people can learn, practice, have a practice with a known result. If you do this every day for X amount of minutes, eventually you get this result, you get this consciousness, you get this shift in your consciousness. Very rare that people can just get this consciousness. It normally takes a lot of work, a lot of practice, a lot of time, and just patience, seeing how things work, dealing with it, learning from it, going through the process. So that's another thing. People think, oh, I'm not spiritual, or whatever they think. You just have to start, like any journey, you start walking one step at a time, you get there. And if you abuse yourself by thinking you're not good enough or whatever, it won't help you get there any faster. So these systems were put in place that people can come to that peace. Because if you look at the world and you see perfection, that's a very peaceful existence. That's a very peaceful way of life. And again, doesn't mean you don't act. If your thing in your life is to save the whales, you should spend every minute of your life working as hard as you can to save the whales. I'm not saying you don't do and you don't make your environment better. I'm just talking about your internal self, how you relate to the world, how you see the world. And those two things can exist at the same time. You can be involved in a terrible, terrible situation, and you can be floating above it, calm and peaceful. It's terribly hard to go through this, but it's the aim, it's the world, it's the play of the universe. A lot of different religions have push concepts, or concepts develop over time, and especially the concepts of God. And So somebody says, well, God is a man up in the sky, and you tell that to somebody and they say, well, I don't think there's a being up there in the clouds somewhere looking down. Therefore, I don't believe in God. But all you don't believe in is that concept of God. Everybody's welcome to their own concept. I'm not trying to bug anybody or say anything. But it's where a lot of misunderstanding comes from, and a lot of that pain, and especially now in the age of the modern age, internet, science has advanced so far, and these concepts worked in the Middle Ages and they worked thousands of years ago because we didn't really know what was going on in the universe. So you could say, yes, up there beyond the clouds is God and he's watching you. The problem is, the moment you make God separate from you, you're alone. God's over there, I'm over here. God made me into a stupid idiot and then left me alone over here. And it makes people depressed, and it makes people angry, and it makes them negative, and they like hate God, and all this stuff comes out of it. My only wish I have for people is they understand they're not separate. Again, this is something you are not designed to understand. Your brain, your entire being was created to forget that you are part of God. Nothing is wrong with you if you don't understand it. You are absolutely normal how you were meant to be. Because if God is creating this whole play within itself, it has no effect if you don't feel you are separate. If you don't think you're a separate being, how are you going to love somebody? How are you going to hate somebody? How are you going to talk? If you understand that there's no other, that there's only the one, then there's no reason to have any of this. So the creation was created to have the illusion of separation. So that's just totally normal. And the process to get yourself to the space where you can relate to that and understand that you are not separate, that's the long process of working on yourself. Meditation, yoga, which really helps the body process the energy and channel the energy that's naturally part of you into a meditative mind. What is a meditative mind? Meditative mind is kind of just like a guy who goes to the gym every day and lifts weights. So I could sit here and go, in my mind, I have really big muscles and I'm really fit and I look really muscular. And every day I sit for an hour and I imagine I have big muscles. Well, when I open my eyes, I don't have big muscles because I didn't actually do the work that gives you big muscles. So the next time I have to lift a heavy weight, it's hard for me to lift the weight. I don't have big muscles. Meditative mind, when you meditate regularly and with a good meditative practice, your mind actually gets in shape, just like a guy who would go and lift weights in the gym and get big muscles. That happens to your mind. It becomes in shape and strong in a meditative realm, so that your mind is able to meditate for you, So in other words, you're not only meditating when you're sitting and doing a meditation, you're meditating all the time. And your mind is always there meditating for you. And when something heavy happens in your life and you have to deal with it, your meditative mind is there with the meditative muscles. My wife fell down and I had to pick her up. I could have used more muscles. I didn't have them because I hadn't been going to the gym and lifting weights. So it's the same mentally when things happen in your life, which they are going to, and they're supposed to, and they have to. If you don't have that muscle, you'll just get fried and you will get burned out. You won't be able to handle the pressure that goes through the nervous system and the brain. If you have a meditative mind, it just eats up the pressure and just takes it and throws it out. It's nothing. Just like a strong man picking up a small weight. Same exact thing. Meditation, especially our form, we do Kundalini yoga. And our meditations are active, interactive. There are many schools of meditation where you just sit silent. In our system, we like to move things. And it's the system of moving the energy up the spine through the chakras so that the energy of the Kundalini, which resides just slightly below the navel, can be released, activated. It goes down and then it goes up the spine. And it's sort of like plugging in your appliances. You've got a stereo system and you want to play music, go to play music, it's not plugged in, you got no music. You want your mind, your brain, your higher self to have the switch turned on so there's energy so that it can operate. Other thing that happens when you have a meditative mind is your intuition works very well. And your intuition is what saves you from bad situations. So, say you want to buy a car and you meet a guy and he's got a car. He says, "Oh, the car is wonderful, it's great." And at that time, do you have the intuition, the car isn't great, he's not telling me the truth. And that's what your intuition does for you. And it does it on, day to day like that, like when you're going to go into a relationship with someone, you want to have an intuitive feel so that you don't get into something and get messed up before your meditative mind will protect you from going into that. And so a big part of how we move energy and change the vibration of our very atoms is using sound. And that's where the mantras come in. When you vibrate mantras, you're not singing. You're actually vibrating. I mean, singing is vibrating, but it's a different energy. It's kind of out. And what we want to do is vibrate the sound inside of our body. You can vibrate in your heart and your navel. You can vibrate physically in different parts of your body. And normally you want to create the vibration by maybe pulling your chin a little, move the sound back in your throat a little, and then it'll vibrate all up into your sinus cavity you'll feel it all up in here. Your whole head will kind of vibrate. So we're going to do a little meditation, show you something you can do on your own, which is very simple. It uses the mantra Sat Nam. And in this mantra, we're going to hold the Sat. So it'll be Sa, and then the Nam, Nam. It's very short. Long Sat, short Nam. And we're going to do it in waves, and the waves will be with the voice, so it'll sound like this. Sa, Nam. And mentally, as you're doing it, you want to start at the base of the spine, which we're going to be going up through the chakras, and the chakras, which you may have never heard before, are actually horizontal. They're not, in the pictures, they all make a picture of them like circles, and they are circles, but they're actually laying down flat. So the heart chakra is a circle around here, the navel, sex organs, anus, those are the, so it's anus, sex organs, navel, heart, throat, where you have that little soft spot at the base of your throat. Third eye, right here. And then on Nam, on the seventh wave is when you say Nam. And you want to go out into your entire aura, which is a circle. Okay, so Priti is going to demonstrate. So you want to try, you're going to mentally move the energy as you chant. So you're going to chant out loud, but mentally you're going to go down and pretend the chanting and the sound is going from the base of the spine, slightly up to the level of the sex organ, then up to the navel, that's the third wave, then to the heart center, then here at the throat, then third eye, which is 6, and then Nam is your aura. It just goes out the top.
Thank you, I felt that way.
All right, so we'll just do that, and you can do this, with us.
And we'll take a prayer pose to guide the waves.
Yeah, so the hands stay in prayer pose, and you want to put a pressure in on the breastbone, because there's a nerve that goes right down the middle of the breastplate. It's called the mind nerve in yogic terminology, and pressure here brings your mind to a calm, centered state, because you put your left and your right together in the middle, and it centers the two energies, and then the pressure calms the mind down.
Sitting straight, both feet on the ground, or in lotus, easy pose.
Okay, and then inhale, and as you do it, you vocally do the waves. Sa, like that, okay? So it's 6 waves with the Sa, and the 7th wave is Nam. Mentally go out the top. And then you go back down and start over. Inhale. Sa. Sa Deep. Hold the breath in and hear what you were just chanting mentally. Hear it resonating loudly inside your head as if you were chanting out loud. And relax the breath. And you can practice this 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 11 minutes, up to 31 minutes. It will help you and it will give you what you need in the moment you need it. So have fun, bless yourself, love yourself, don't bug yourself. See the good part of you and bring yourself along to that highest self of you, where your life is just a blessing. It's just bless everything, bless yourself, bless everything. Why bug? Sat Nam. Thank you.
We do no introduction, and it's the you inside of you that is most beautiful, right? So I know your credits and I know your master Qigong, and I am a person who wants to know what makes you happy.
Yes. Go straight to the chase. That's it, right? You know,
So
what do you mean, master? Right. What do you mean, master?
I have to butter you up.
Yeah, it's like this moment, before you asking anything.
Yeah.
I just feeling this moment.
Yeah.
being in this body, feel the precious life, just naturally happy. That's it. That's my bottom line answer. The deepest truth is feeling the energy, feeling this human existence with this body.
So if we can all feel that right now and welcome Master Ming Tong Gu to the beautiful program of oneness, wellness, lifestyle with movement. I loved how the movement came in first today, and it brought me back to when we were together last week with the ELs, and all the people came forward in my memory of moving my body in the same way that you taught it last week. So it was interesting because same with Kundalini Yoga.
Right.
You repeat something over and over called japa. It makes you remember the good inside of you, the beauty inside of you is inside of you, yet we're making these movements. So please indulge us.
Movement is life. Without movement, there's no life. So when you move, you start to feel life, feel yourself, feel the new possibility. Even, the question of what is freedom. It's movement. It's movement. So it's interesting to work with this body. On one hand, it's like has its own natural limitation, whether stress, tension, even disease, even pain, even aging-related problems. But when you move, suddenly you feel different. In spite of the limitation, as long as you're moving, a sense of freedom, sense of aliveness, sense of I'm okay, I'm more than okay, I'm moving, I'm right, I'm alive, And the movement also inviting change. So it's a way to embrace the change.
And you really see when you're moving in this Qigong way and in the Kundalini way, that you can see, oh my golly gosh, I'm gone. I'm not even, I've got to get home again. I've gone so far into the panic, fear, abandonment issues, financial issues, everything we're facing right now. Until we do a movement, a practice to bring us back home, we'll get caught in that net.
Totally, It's all about coming home. Our mind is so lost in whether it's a circumstance of life, which is real, can be challenging, it's continue to be challenging, but also the mind is lost in the mental story, mental construction. I call this virtual world. It's a virtual, but for us, feels like that's the only world we're familiar with. We're daydreaming about it, think about it all the time, The moment when you sleep, we take a break from that, right?
So to our audience who's watching and listening, tell us, dear friend, how do we come back home, please?
The question of how is simple. The moment you close your eye, the moment you're placing hands on top of your chest, the moment you allow yourself, we're doing it right now, feeling your heart, feeling your body, embracing all the sensation, feeling, experience inside of you this moment. And that's the returning, that's the remembering, but that's also experiencing. So the how is simple actually, but the why is difficult, because unless we're clear of the why, then we continue lost in this busyness, in this, I call homelessness. It's homelessness. It's like your mind, your spirit doesn't have a body as a home. That's homelessness. Your mind engaged, lost in the environment outside of you, whatever, which is part of life, but lost there. So, but if you don't have home to come back, then become homeless. no matter how, you're active, engaged, feel excitement, whatever goal you're accomplishing.
So many distractions
Exactly.
away from our home.
So clarify the why. I think it's important to recognizing we are so living in the head.
Yes.
Well, you can continue choose to, but when you choose say that's not enough, that's not real. Yeah. What's real is here, in the heart, in the body, in this experience, this moment connecting with the Mother Earth, the tree, the flower, the winds, the sun, the rain, whatever, the birds, and that's become alive, no matter how much digitally you're thinking, oh wow, this is gorgeous, this is beautiful, oh, another one, another dopamine rush. It's not real, my dear. It's simulation. It's a digital distraction until you realize that we're going to continuously lost in this world, because now technology is, it's like moving so fast, including AI can assimilate everything, and then all the commercialism is like, come to here, buy this, buy this, buy this. We're so much in the screen, addicted to the screen without knowing it. But the worst part beyond addiction, we are suicide ourselves by our own choice, because nobody is forcing us. But we're making this choice without knowing otherwise. So the new choice is coming here. That's where the ancient tradition, ancient teaching, the practice can come back to save us, truly save us. Not only healing us, but saving us. But same time spiritually allow us to discover who we are. You cannot really discover who we are without including this home, this body. This body is more than just a container, more than just an object, more than just a tool, more than just rental vehicle.
And how does the land today on Ramdas Puri
love it.
feel?
Love it.
It's your first visit.
Yeah, first visit.
Thank you for
it's
coming.
Such a blessing.
Yeah. Tell me how it
energy.
feels, the nature, the native, the indigenous peace prayer day, everything we've been experiencing to prepare for our arrival in these invited situations where we say, yes, I'm signing up for that, even if it's most uncomfortable at times to find my home again. What do I have to do in Qigong to pare away?
I was really appreciating that, any opportunity when we respond to this, not only presented opportunity, thank you for inviting me here, but it's ultimately our choice. When we're making the choice to come home here, it's so different. You start to discover in the peace, discover the connection with the Mother Earth, connection with the universe. Everything we're looking for is realizing right here in this moment with me, inside me already. But normally everyday life doesn't work that way. It's so that's why I'm appreciating, wow, this group showing up here for whole week, more than a week. And that's a huge commitment. But that's what it requires. Because without that commitment, we're going to continue to be lost in the homelessness, continue lost in the virtual world, continue lost in the struggle. And struggle may be part of life, stress is part of life, whatever imperfection part of life. But without coming home, this is more than just analogy, by the way. The home is inside your body, so you can regenerate yourself, you can feel yourself again. And feel the truth. I love this. I'm learning this new mantra. Yeah.
Tell us.
No, some na. It's this is
right.
So it means choose. So it's choose prevail, peace prevail. It's same thing. Deeply when we acknowledging, discovering the deep truth of life. Yeah. So it's wonderful, just to see our parallel, tradition. And yoga, but particularly Kundalini yoga from India, and Qigong, particularly wisdom healing Qigong from China. There's so much parallel. It's equally highlighting movement practice, sound healing practice, and meditation practice, and the spiritual depths of it. Coming home to discover who we are. And it's like this whole cosmology, methodology, the method might be slightly different. The methodology might be slightly different, but the cosmology, I feel, is like so universally same. And that is so beautiful. But also similar method. Particular method is different, but it's just like, highlighting the movement, how they're activating energy, right?
Yeah,
highlighting the sound, how activating energy, right? And how the meditation awakening to the wholeness, oneness essence of who we are. So that's kind of universal, mystical truth.
In Qigong, in Kundalini Yoga, we start with tuning in.
Yeah.
And then we go to a Kriya.
Yeah.
Which is a movement. There's 4,000 Kriyas in Kundalini Yoga.
Oh my God. That's just too much. Too complicated.
Awesome. You just have to go.
I'm serious. I'm kidding too, right?
I know.
I love simplicity.
I know.
Simple movement, you repeating again,
and we do that
going
for
deeper
40
and deeper.
days.
Yeah.
We take one meditation.
That's it.
Just one meditation.
Yeah. Love
so
that.
I'd
Love
like
that.
to teach you one.
Yeah, please.
So bring your fingers here
Okay.
in lotus mudra and bring your elbows and your arms are straight, and then bring them out at an angle of 60 degrees, because in Kundalini Yoga, it's the angle triangle relationship with the nervous system that calms us down and reflects on the pituitary pineal gland, master gland. And so we take a deep inhale, and you mentioned mantra, and we take the mantra of sa, ta, na, ma.
Sa, ta, na, ma.
And we inhale, and we are going to put 16 beats in our navel point, repeating as I call out. Listen, inhale. Satanama, 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 Satanama. Exhale. Inhale. Satanama, 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 Satanama. Exhale, 16 beats. Inhale. Satanama, 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 Satanama. I'm sure we went way over, but who cares? Inhale. 16. Satanama, 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 Satanama. Last round. Exhale. Inhale. Satanama, 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 Satanama. And meditate, release the lotus. Hands on the lap, tip of thumbs together. Left hand on the lap, right hand over. Palms up, tip of thumb together. Meditate on sa, ta, na, ma. So, my friend, we repeat in the defender, in the 81 facets of the mind. The first aspect is the defender, which has the soldier, and it has the ombudsman, and it has the prospector. And so when we chant Satanama, 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 we pump the navel 16 beats towards the spine, upwards, and we activate the second chakra, which is the negative mind. And the gunas and the chitta and the universal awareness come into balancing right-left hemisphere of the brain. And satanama is the finite, dense, terrified self going to the infinite, going to the death, and coming home to the rebirth. So every time, and it's satanama, and its truth is my identity. I ask you, dear brother, might you have something in relationship to this beautiful share we have today of a similar type of getting us out of our head into our heart, not necessarily exactly the same as what we just experienced, but is there something that we could practice, say for 40 days? Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. So powerful.
Thank you.
So what remind me a similar kind of practice is the essence mantra we use when you're in the wisdom healing qigong tradition. And you can concentrate the mantra in particular chakra, particular part of the body. But the energetic is representing the spiral creative energy. The spiral, both life and death, dissolving, creating, regenerating. Then the sound is our share, but also the meaning is representing is the essence of the universe. Is when energy is aligned, everything is fulfilling the highest purpose of life. So that's a simple meaning. So the sound is like this.
It drives me down the Ganga without a motor or a bumpy road. It brings me into absolute peace where I want to feel 100% part of me. The tuning gives you, do you feel this? The vibration of the mother below my feet and the Father above. And the cosmos and that tiny, tiny little star of light. That's so significant for all of us. What I want to say only is you didn't use any exterior instrument. So continue, tell me.
Yeah, this inner vibration, just such a powerful ancient technology. You know, we all experience that when you listen to the music, hear the song, but now you're initiating the inner song, invoking the inner song, inner vibration, inner truth inside of you. So everything, you know, is about coming home coming home to this body, but also deeply embodied awakening. So it's not just awakening of your mind, awakening of whatever you identify, but it's really awakening inside of you. It's like in the cellular level, not only in the heart, but in all dimensions. This body carry all dimensions of who we are. So the infinite is inside of us already, but when we forget, when we disconnect, then the energy suppresses, the energy stagnates, the energy disconnects itself. So when we go inwardly to the body, we connect, we awake, we move, we vibrate, and you start to feel like the life, literally speaking, the life inside of you awakening back to the wholeness, to the oneness, to who we are. So it's beyond just any concept, any story, any definition, any dogma. Allow it to experience that deepest truth. That's its embodied awakening.
And you have embodied this land. You, dear brother, have come to offer this land peace. Even though the land gives unconditionally to all of us who arrive and receive her gift, we must acknowledge that the work we do on ourselves is worthy of offering it back to Mother Earth in such a pure, honest innocence. It reminds you
Yes.
of the joy of the four-legged, the winged ones, the plant kingdom, and all those that creep and crawl and fly, and the babies and the children, and the joy, the joy. It's so Kuan Yin-y.
Love that, Kuan Yin.
It's so Kuan Yin.
So it's like life is all existence. You experience the interconnectedness. So one of the expression, I think that's similar. Yoga means union, but in Qigong it means recognizing this presence, this energy body, who we are, as a union of the heaven and the earth. So, often we speaking of heaven and earth, like, oh, heaven above us, earth beneath us. Yes, we want to connect in that way too, vertically. But really, deeply, more, mystically speaking, is the heaven and earth inside of us already. And in the practical level, it's simple. Your mind is your heaven. The body is your earth. So union of heaven and earth within you is when your mind, body connected. Then the heaven and earth is connected, uniting inside of you. The moment your mind lost in whatever digital world, external world, whatever, your stories, then your body left out. Yes, there's no union anymore. So this is the ultimate mystical dimension. On the other hand, it's so practical, because now, if we don't make this choice, we're gonna lose our humanity, because we're gonna lose this body. This body is made us as human. Without this body, I'm not human. Without this body, I'll be a ghost. Without this body, I will be AI. Okay. So in order to discover who am I as a human, only choice is returning to this body, to come back to this body, to feel this body, experience this body, ultimately realizing the mystical union of heaven and earth inside me already. I don't need to travel far away to discover heaven. I don't need to touch the ground to feel earth, because inside me already. Yes, I can touch. Yes, I can walk, I can run, I can hug the tree. But deeply honoring who we are is the union of heaven and earth inside of us already. Does not depend on any external circumstance. This does not depend on anyone else or anything else. The song I think I shared in ceremony was simple. We are all looking for something. We're all looking for someone. If you repeat that, feel that truth, right? But on the other hand, truly we are only looking for ourselves. We are all looking for ourselves. And in order to discover ourselves, we are looking for this body, which is we're missing. When we disconnect from our own body, we feel like nobody. We feel nobody. So many people right now, not just teenagers, just feel like nobody. Yeah. The feeling of homelessness, the feeling of nobody, the feeling of loss, feeling of lack of meaning, it's all come from this disconnection from our own beingness. But this beingness is the body. There's no other than this body. There's no beingness other than this body. That's what we be missing. Even in the spiritual tradition, we talk about consciousness as if it's just a ghost. It's just a ghost floating in the virtual space. No, without this body, human consciousness cannot function the way we're functioning, cannot have a direct experience. Yeah. So I'm so excited, because that's bringing us the good news. On one hand, we're facing the crisis, losing this body, losing humanity, all the struggle and everything. But on the other hand, the good news is we can always come back. We can always remember, because it's your own body, because it's your own mind. It's not about someone else's body. It's not about someone else's mind. It's you connecting here, fully embody and discover everything you're looking for already inside of you, not as a concept, but in this home, in this living temple, in this energy carries everything who we are, visible, invisible, physical, non-physical, personal, collective, the known, the unknown. It's a mystery, it's an adventure, so.
The you inside of you is most
love
beautiful.
that, the you inside
the
of
you
you.
inside of you is most beautiful, friends. Are we so grateful?
Such a precious life.
So precious, this
so
life.
precious.
Thank
So,
you.
blessing everyone, and again, so much in common between everything we do.
We flow together, everyone.
Just beautiful.
We're flowing with each
just
other.
Beautiful.
And everyone's invited.
Sanamchi.
So great. My brother.
Yay.
Okay.
Yay.
Blessings. It's Karuna here on top of a mountain. And I welcome you, World Unity Week, to these wonderful moments in time and space that give us and allow us this certainty, actually, that we can sit together for a moment, learn different technologies and techniques, and visit each other's platforms and learn from each other, lean into each other, feeling this collab of oneness. And I'm honored that you have invited us in Light on Light magazine and press, and Sandra, Chamatkara, and beautiful Irina to open up and welcome us here as we've shared many videos with you. It's an honor to bring you to the sacred land. This is the land that observes our oneness, looks at an angle, triangle, develops a new relationship to the soul. When you bring your tent and you take a cold shower in the morning and you eat together and you do sadhana at 4 a.m., you understand your nature, your true nature. And it says a lot at 4 a.m. As we know, we line up the demons at 4 a.m. and we welcome them. And we understand our subconscious patterns more clearly at that time. So we get up, we do our sadhana, we have our beautiful potato, cabbage, soup, and bananas, and oranges and things you'd never put together in your own kitchen, I'm sure. And then incredible lunches and dinners together. We serve each other. We wash each other's feet even when we go into Peace Prayer Day. Today I had the honor, as you see in some of the video, to be asked to come forward and welcome Chante Itomo Wagalakawi into your space. Woman that speaks with her heart. And even the name of Karuna and this name, this Lakota name given to me, has a responsibility and a commitment to you. And that is to show up. And that is, as our dear friend Ken says, Wilbur says, wake up, grow up, clean up, show up, to open up, to link up. And that cleaning up part isn't that easy. So we've shared multiple videos with you today. And I encourage you to grab one and take one for 40 days. One of these practices for 40 days. It works specifically on a block. And this practice that I'm going to show you now works specifically on removing all your blocks. So it has a mantra and it's super easy. And I use it quite often here as a mudra, the Spock mudra. And what it does is that when you twist your wrists, just try it. Pull those fingers apart, bring the thumbs out, twist your wrists. Yeah. You feel this oneness of the letting go because it's a heart meridian around your wrists. Your tattvas, your earth, your wind, your fire, your water, your ether are all in your fingertips. Jupiter in the index, Saturn in the middle, Sun in the ring, and in the pinky our wonderful Mercury, which is the communication finger. And the thumb is the id. So coming to stillness, feel that drain and repeat. Adisach Jugadisach Habisach Nanika Hosebesach. You can relax your elbows. You can keep the mudra, and let us possibly take you to a place that releases all the anxiety out of your body. Drop into that beautiful wind we hear in the background. Drop into tucking the tailbone, lifting the spine, pulling the shoulder blades together, feeling the arc line, ladies, across your chest and from ear to ear across the hairline. And as we practice together, I want to hear a little hiss, a hiss at the end. Jugad Sach. Pull your chin in. Habe Sach. Nanikoho Sebe Sach. Ad Sach. Jugad Sach. Habe Sach. Nanikaho Sebe Sach. Closing your eyes down, 1/10 open with the tip of your nose in focus in your dristi. We lean back and lean inward to the you in you is most beautiful. When we chant and we surrender fully, we honor truth, prosperity, oneness with Adisach. Juga Desach Habe Sach Naneka Hosebe Sach. And if you continue this for 40 days, consecutively, doesn't have to be the same time every day, but before midnight. So you got to get out of bed at 11:45 if you forgot, and do this mantra so you don't miss a day, otherwise you have to start over. But 40 days breaks a habit. So true in the beginning, true through all times, true even now. Nanak says true even now. And it's always been true. Let us surrender, dear ones. Let us be together and welcome everybody into all collaborations, because you, inside of you, is the most beautiful. It is my honor to be with you. Satanam, Waheguru, and may peace prevail. Blessings, everyone. I love you. Satnam.
Thank you, Irina. And Unity Earth.
Thank you, everyone. As we bring this beautiful session to a close, let us take one final deep breath together, gathering all the stillness, space, and freedom we have touched today and anchoring it right here in our hearts. Huge thank you to Sandra for her exquisite framing and guidance, and of course to Karuna for carrying us so deeply into the sacred landscape of New Mexico and our own inner worlds. Of course, thank you to all her guests and speakers. And thank you to each and every one of you for bringing your unique radiance to World Unity Week. As you step back into the flow of your day or ease into your evening, may you carry this quiet inner authority with you. Remember that you don't need to look outside for permission to be whole. The most beautiful thing in this universe is already sitting quietly inside of you, and it's you. Go gently, keep flowing. Thank you, and namaste.